everybody, and welcome to the big show. I'm your host, Jerk, and you have no idea how long I have wanted to play this music. Well over a year, maybe a year and a half? Alright, big show band and singers, are you ready? Let's bring out today's guest with their very own custom theme song. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the premium Tier 7 Japanese battle cruiser. Give it up for Azuma. Not kidding. When this campaign came out, I thought, oh, I can't wait to play that theme song that I barely remember from that TV show that I remember playing on TV when I was a kid while I ate grape nuts because they were healthy. With so much sugar added to the milk, it looked like it was condensed out of a can because plain grape nuts were gross. And so once I actually got the ship, as this was long before I was an official WoW community contributor, but once I got it, I realized, well, this ship sucks. A real Hoover. Hoover it, pube boy. Now, fast forward to a few weeks ago, and in a live stream, you all asked me to play it in Arena, and all of a sudden, I was like, wait a minute. I like this. Now, I know it got some buffs, though never one for the reload, sadly, but let's just say when I played it, it moved, Jerry. And in the weeks since then, I have been playing it a lot. So let me show you the commander and modules I am using on here. It is the 40-ounce Steel Reserve himself, Yamamoto, with Betty Daviside, Storm, and Norman Scott, and Mr. Clean. That's his name. His name again is Mr. Clean. Wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. I thought the Weimar was OP and unable to sink. Maybe all it takes is the Azuma. And there's our first one. So what the heck am I thinking playing this? Well, as I mentioned in the Utaloy video, I like playing ships that aren't easy. And I don't know if my own game has just evolved or if the meta of this game has subtly shifted, but playing battle cruisers like this or Stalinchad, I guess I just get it now. And battle cruisers, right? Why not just take out a battleship, or why not take out a cruiser? Why take out something that is a little of both and not really the best of either? Battle cruisers aren't really ships designed for carrying a team. They seem to excel at slinking around the edge of the map to find that crossfire and then punish cruisers or battleships, not so much destroyers as the reload is so long. And with all that in mind, I've been mostly dominating matches the past couple of weeks playing this, but not really having games that I felt would be that entertaining to watch while I jibber-jabbered over it. Now, wasn't I just saying that you don't really sink destroyers too often? Alright, there's number 2. So, now that you have heard me say how they should be played, let's get to this game where I don't really do any of that at all. So obviously we are on one of my favorite Kraken producing maps, North, and this position where I am now, this is where I would have originally liked to have moved, but with the Jean Bart listening to Slow Ride next to me, I kind of just had to take it easy until I could make it over here. But let's talk about what you need to know about this boat. One, it is covered in 27mm plating, so yes, you can bounce 15-inch shells, but just like Frankenstein's monster, when it comes to HE, fire bad, because just about any ship's HE will pin it anywhere. 2, it has 310mm guns that reload quite slowly, and if I remember back to my early days of playing this ship, I think I just stuck with HE for the most part, but in the time between then and now, I have learned to explore the map space, man, and use AP almost exclusively on it. And I think this is the trickiest part of this ship. You need to be planning ahead and having the proper ammo ready. Like right here. I can tell that this Iowa is going to be coming out broadside in front of me, so after that last salvo, I made sure to have the AP ready, and bonk. double Citadel. And I wish I had saved the clip in another match. I actually dev struck in Iowa with 5 Citadel shots from the Azuma. It is actually kind of a fun ship to play now. So why do I say now? You see, in the past, if you can imagine way back then, there once was a time where you would see an actual variety of ships in a battle, not like today where everything all looks the same. And a lot of them were heavy cruisers who could just dominate the Azuma with either their HE or their AP. But then came the age of the battleship where we are now, where we have usually 5 per match. And if there are cruisers, they are light and they are spamming HE. And this is where Azuma really shines. A lot of those HE spamming cruisers, like say the Ochakov, they don't have enough armor to actually arm the fuse on battleship AP shells, so you see a lot of over penetrations. But since Azuma has 310 millimeters, the chance of entirely overpenning is much less. I mean, sure, yes, it can still happen, but you are much more likely to take care of those pesky bunch. So if you have AP that can deal with HE spam and you have AP that can wreck battleships from the side, of course this doesn't suddenly make the Azuma a beast of a ship any more than a 6-pack is guaranteed to turn me into a bear wolf during a full moon. But there is a chance. Speaking of HE spammers, look at what we have at the bottom of the map here. A Suzuya and a Cleveland, both ships that I could readily delete from the game and get this Kraken if they were interested in making any effort to do anything other than kite and start fires. And I'm not really blaming these players for what they're doing now. I mean, what else are you going to do? You can't exactly charge this armada and live long. But if they were to go back and watch this game and figure out where it all went wrong, it would be when they abandoned their center spawn to try and overload a side. Don't do it, folks. I know some people out there say you should pick a side, but no. Stay where you are and position smart. And now, who wants to watch this match while we proceed to just sail to the other side to close this out? Not me, so let's jump into another match briefly and then we'll come back to this one. So, I am going to show you a more typical style of how I play this ship. It's got pretty decent detection, though you can make it quite a bit lower if you put on the module and switch commanders around. But the thing for me with this boat is that it is a bit more like chess. We're thinking 3 or so steps ahead. We need to have the right ammo ready, we need to have our exit planned, and we really want to bait people out of position or take advantage of their inexperience. In this particular match, you can see there are a lot of destroyers, of which I have said the Azuma is not particularly well equipped to deal with, and there are a lot of HE spamming cruisers, of which the Azuma is not particularly well equipped to deal with. But by getting into these islands over here, I can kind of pick and choose how I want my engagements to happen, and then slowly whittle these guys down. This New Orleans is in a division with the Friesland, and honestly, between the two ships, the New Orleans was the bigger threat to me, because I mean, what's a Friesland gonna do? But that's why I'm always saying that you need to play all the ships, because you want to know what each one excels at, you want to know each one's strength and weaknesses. And speaking of weaknesses, we all know that Friesland has no torps, so this ought to end well. The coveted dev strike. Alright, well that's been fun, and that's been the amount of time it's taken me to cross the map, so let's get back to our original game. So here we are. We're closing in on the last cap. I've basically been going stealth most of this time just to try and let these guys get closer. I'm going to go ahead and shoot at the Cleveland there. Maybe I'll get lucky, fire off the rear turret of Justice over at the Suzuya. But now I'm going to focus this Suzuya. This Suzuya has to show a lot of broadside to get all of its guns off. And so I'm guessing when you see me aim in here that they're going to turn out when they see the shells coming for them. And that's why I aim a little bit high. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. Bonk. And that is number 4. And this is when I was like, oh my gosh, I might actually get a Kraken in this. And so this may look like a bit of a yoink, as you see that I notice, oh, well, they are quite weak. And so let's just get our turrets turned and get a shot over the woods to Grandma's house we go. And maybe Grandma has a lot of tentacles. I hope she does. There we go, Kraken, 322 in the Azuma, and all it took was 595,000 XP to get there. Whew. You know, the big difficulty of a lot of the Japanese cruisers is that they just don't have very high DPM. A lot of them rely upon damage over time, and not having that high DPM makes getting Krakens in this ship kind of hard. And we all know, it's not about Krakens, it's about winning. But Krakens are fun. And so I'm not saying it's impossible to get a Kraken in this ship. Obviously not, and many people have done it before. But it is a lot easier in some other ones. In fact, almost every other ship. But it has got me thinking, what other difficult to play ship should I be trying? So right now I'm working on the Siegfried, and let's hold on a second. Can we get the 6-pack here? Oof. All right. Well, why am I letting myself just burn here? I don't want to give this guy any more XP. Let's just move, and let's get one more. There's a salvo going in, and okay, Jean Bart gets it. Let's see the scoreboard. 2,697 XP for a good game, and would you look at that, the Jean Bart beat me by 1 point. So GG Jean Bart, and GG to everyone else, and that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you're going to dust your Azuma off and experience the joys of it again, then give this video a like. If you prefer to play one ship and one ship only from here into eternity, and that is Weimar, hit dislike. Questions, comments, other forgotten ships, leave it down below. Don't say Mikasa or I will uninstall. And if you want to see what other gem I will find at the bottom of the toy box, think about hitting subscribe. Thanks for watching, folks. I will get back out there for another one soon, and we will talk next.